Go ahead.
Well, my name is Mona Toscano. I use my maiden name is my nom de plume. And I started writing poetry in the 1980s when I was schlepped up to central New York because my husband had a job transfer. And oh, I hated it. It was snow country, and I missed the city very much. But I got involved with the Italian American Historical Association, and I did a paper on Renaissance women. I was talking with Jeannie about this. One of them was Lucretia Borgia, and it was very well received, and a notice went out from the Rome Art Center for people interested in literary presentation. So having done Saints and Sinners, I thought I would do Witches and Warriors. But the group turned into a poetry circle. I didn't say anything for about 6 months. And then I started writing, and I was taking Chinese painting. The teacher said, study nature. And I found that I wasn't so good with watercolor, but that I learned a lot about nature and its beauty. And so that's how I became a poet. And one of my favorite poets is Mary Oliver. And Hayden and I were talking. This is a wonderful collection of hers, Swan. She has some wonderful stories about foxes. And this poem, while I don't think it's helped me with my writing, has helped me with my life. Because there's so many times that I don't get to do what I set out to do in a given day. And I remember Mary Oliver's poem, Wild Geese. You don't have to be good. You don't have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me of your despair, and I will tell you of mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies, or the deep trees, the mountains, and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things.
Excellent.
Beautiful poem. You know, she wasn't very well received by the circle of poets of her time because she wasn't an academician. But the public loved her. And she was a lovely person, and so
You were
still one of my
poet
favorite
laureate what
poets.
years, Mona?
A couple of years ago, I
Mona,
had.
You were poet laureate which years?
Oh, I was poet laureate in 91, 92. And now Jeannie is
You
poet.
mean 20,
20.
2020, 2022. Yeah, those
Not
2 years.
1890, Mona.
The 19s are over, honey.
And tell the audience why you look like Darth Vader.
Oh, I had I had a fall. And I have this book by Louise Hay. I don't know if you know about it. She's written the things you should say because of ailments, like when your toes are bothering you, the details will be taken care of. And with a broken neck like I have, she recommends sitting still and just thinking about peace. Why not? Well, anyway, a couple of years ago, I had a series of demon dreams. And I wrote about 2 of them not that long ago. And I don't know if it's rhetoric or if it's a poem. The demon of unforgiving. Over the years, the demon of unforgiving has come as a rapist in her dreams. He was as handsome as the exorcist she had seen when she was 5, at the villa during the ordination of sadness. The demon's stare caused her night tremors, sweats, to slash her mental recall of vigil lights and altars. His sarcastic smile propelled a perpetuity of sorrow that she felt intermittently in waking hours, but couldn't recall from whence that day of sadness came. The demon perforated the reality of who she was, of why she had chosen reincarnation. The demon dreamscape had to do with principle, of holding on to righteousness, of deleterious determination to be right even though in the pride of it was wrong. How she had held on so much unforgiving over the years, so many righteous, so many nightmares, such a handsome demon. And all she had to do in her nightmares was to lay there and enjoy the pleasure of his coming. Now in her dotage, the demon appeared as handsome as the priest in black robes who had crushed devils. This she was told in a mix of whispers and rolling eyes on the steps of the villa porch, back before she had come to the age of reason. Now he came bringing her bliss, damnable bliss. How frightened she was as a child to learn. Good children chose sadness in their white dresses, 6 or 7 years old. They had reached the age of reason. Perhaps she never has. She was so afraid of being left at the villa that she hadn't realized that the exorcist was only 33. He exchanged lust for celibacy, for a mysterious gift that transfers the ability to crush devils by raising the right hand and making the sign of the cross, said in Latin, the classic tongue. Yes, the demon began his appearance in her dreams when she was a child. After she had stolen the red yo-yo, he coaxed her then to hold on to her principle that what she had done wasn't wrong. The yo-yo had been a gift exchanged by the wife of a young couple to her spouse as a Christmas gift. All of 5, she reasoned, why did they need a yo-yo when they were childless? So began the abetting of her ability to see right from wrong. She cheated reasoning. Given the yo-yo incident, reasoning may have become an ability never gifted. And after she had seen the exodus at the villa, her first demon said, leave unfairness to me. In an adult, there was only the lust of the encounter to be forgiven. In adultery, there was only the lust of the encounter to be forgiven. The release is physical, but in the act of cognitive not forgiving, there is the inoculated virus of holding on to that which gives you pleasure mentally because one doesn't let go of it. Then too there is the in perpetuity of holding on to principle which needs never to forgive those who do not agree with you. Hoard hard resentment, hoard never forgetting, exude the softness of compromise, be egotistically principled, hold on to your belief even when it is false. Then too there is the unforgiving that insists on being right, which may be the case even when the pride of it is wrong. The first time she encountered the demon in a dream was after the villa visit. Then she woke to see snow piled high in night shadow drifts outside her bedroom window. White was black, and black was deep black. The wind songs scaled the doleful aria, a beautiful song in B flat, upholding the deliciousness of being unforgiven. Regret is nothing compared to the force that holds one in the clamp of not giving in. Not giving in becomes a choice to die for, holding on to that which could free one from the free-floating regret that is secretly felt in the heart but won't surface to the point of recognition, of acknowledgement. By not giving in, there was within her being a vampire of false pride. Yes, the demon was a vampire. His devouring ate away at her ability to admit that she could be wrong in not giving in. Those who had hurt her, even those who had hurt her by false accusation, or not forgiving became an damning thought, embedded foul principle, an act of cancerous righteousness, a breakdown of charitableness, a rock of inhumaneness, to which she became chained. The metal embedded in her bones clamped her brain and aborted gracious, logical reason.
Wow, that's amazing.